Fire in the pit barrel hole. Let's make some pork belly. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to my backyard once again. What we're doing today is we're going to make some pork belly burnt ends. This is a pork belly. And two things you got to have for pork belly burnt ends is you got to have a pork belly and you got to have a sharp knife. This is my new Kuma 8-inch chef's knife. Let me tell you about this knife. This is the best knife I've ever had. It's stainless steel. Kuma, the nice people over at Kuma gave me this knife, and they've authorized me to give you a 20% discount. If you want to buy one, go down in the description and you can get 20% off one of these. It's already reasonably priced knife, and it's equally to value of a knife 3 times as much as this one. It's got the blade goes through the handle. It's perfectly balanced. When you've got this knife in your hand, you feel like you can do anything. The control is unbelievable. Anyway, I gotta slice up this pork belly, and stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm gonna give away one of these knives to one of my subscribers, but don't wait to get a knife in a giveaway, because you got a 1 in 50 chance of getting that. If you go to the link in the description, you can get one of these for 20% off right now. I urge you to do that. Okay, so let's cut up our pork belly. What I'm going to do is slice the pork belly up into about 1.5 inch slices like this. There you go. You see what I mean? That knife is razor sharp, and it's still, you know, pork belly is hard to cut. What we're going to do now is cube this up into about pieces about that size right there. I'm going to get them in the pan. Okay. Let me get that done. I'll bring you right back. I got my pork belly cubed up into like 2.5 inch cubes. What we're going to do now is rub on some of Jason Ganal's The Rub GQ barbecue. This is a great rub, a great barbecue rub. It's an award-winning championship rub. I'm going to get that all over those chunks of pork belly. Going to rub them down good. I'm going to mix them around and rub them on down. And I got to tell you that Kuma chef's knife makes cutting pork belly a breeze. I forgot to mention that I removed the skin from the pork belly, which I couldn't have done it without a sharp knife like the Kuma. You want to get yourself a Kuma knife, you need to go down in the description right now and you can get 20% off the Kuma knife. You got to do it. You owe it to yourself. Don't do it for me, do it for yourself. You need a good chef's knife if you're going to cook anything. Whatever you cook, you need a good chef's knife. I got my my rub on the pork belly. Maybe I'll get a little bit more on there. I don't know. I think I got enough of that on there. To you? That's enough. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get the grate from the pit barrel over here. Let me move this over here. We'll get the grate from the pit barrel. We're going to put these pieces of pork belly right on the grate, like this. You get the idea. You see where I'm going with this. Stay tuned. The pork belly chunks are in the pit barrel, are starting to generate a little bit of smoke from that apple wood. That's got to run 2 to 2.5 hours, and then we'll come back and we'll put the works on it. So stay tuned. Okay, my pork belly burnt ends have been in the smoke for about 2 hours, and now we're going to throw the coup de grace on it. We got some brown sugar. We're going to sprinkle brown sugar all over them. Like that's about a cup of brown sugar on there, and the temptation to eat one of these is unbelievable. Let me tell you what. Then we got a whole stick of butter cut up. Now you're thinking, don't you have enough fat with the pork belly already? And the answer is no. We need more fat. We need butter. A whole stick of butter on there. Yeah, now you're talking. Okay, this is the diet recipe. If you're on a seafood diet, you know, you see food and you eat it, that's what this is about. So we got a whole stick of butter on there. And then like Malcolm Reed says, we got the honey for the money. We're gonna drizzle that with some honey because it ain't sweet enough yet. So we're gonna drizzle that up with some honey and brown sugar. This is pretty much what you do when you're doing competition ribs. You would wrap your ribs up with this very same mixture of honey, butter, and brown sugar. Yeah, gonna get some of that honey on there. Honey for the money, as Malcolm Reed says. Honey for the money. As if this was a competition. It's not. It's just something for me to eat. Anyway, yeah, look at that. That looks good enough already, doesn't it? How's that? A little honey on there, a little butter. We're gonna wrap that with foil, put it back on the pit barrel for 2 more hours. Then we're gonna glaze it, drink a beer, and take a taste of one of those awesome pieces of pork belly. So stay tuned. So for the last and final step of this, we're gonna get our pork belly burnt ends out of that braising liquid, and we're gonna glaze them with some, you know you want it, spicy Elrabbits barbecue sauce. And I'll put a link to Jason Ganal's rub and Elrabbits barbecue sauce in the description. We're just going to pour that on there. Pour that barbecue sauce. You have no idea how hard it is for me right now to not eat one of these. They look excellent. Look at it. They look just like burnt ends, don't they? We're just going to toss them in some of that barbecue sauce and put them back on the grill for about a half an hour. Then we're going to get them off and give them a taste. So let me go get a beer. Oh man, they're so tender and just beautiful. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Looks just like a burnt end. So we'll get them back on the grill for about 30 minutes. I'll go get a beer. We'll come back and have a taste. So stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, the Frosty Root Boy mug, and here's today's beer. This is Todd the Axeman from the Surly Brewing Company. Beer to shred your face in a can. 1 pint, alcohol by volume 7.2. This is an IPA, and it's all about this guy Todd, who's a brewer at the Surly Brewing Company. He's a thrash metal guitarist, and he's got Golden Promise malt and all citrus, overdriven amounts of Citra and Mosaic hops. So we're hoping for a hoppy, delicious IPA from the Surly Brewing Company, which I believe it will be. Yes, sir. It's pouring out a beautiful golden color. It's got just the right amount of head on it. A beautiful can of beer right there. Todd the Axeman. I know a lot of people who would like this. In fact, I think I'm one of them. Let's take a sniff of that. Got a beautiful light lacy head. Smells excellent. You can smell the citrus from the hops, and you can smell the hops. I think this is going to be my kind of IPA. Looks like it's kind of hazy, kind of bubbly. Let's quaff the froth off it, Roll. What do you think? Man, that's excellent. That's the best IPA I've had in a long time. That's got a beautiful citrusy flavor. Surly Brewing Company, Todd the Axeman. I gotta get that again. That's how good that is. All right, let's take a taste of our burnt ends. Stay tuned. Ah, my pork belly burnt ends are finally done. I can finally take a taste of one. Which one shall it be? How about this one? How's that look? Let's put that in my mouth. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I'll get another one. That's like heaven on earth. Oh boy. Is there anything better than pork belly? I sure don't know what it is. These are perfect. Oh boy. Oh man, that is so good. Hey, don't forget to go down in the description and get yourself a Kuma chef's knife, 20% off. Check out Jason Ganal's rub, and check out You Know You Wanted barbecue sauce. Look at that. Oh boy. Man, those taste so good. That's like pig candy. You don't want to stop eating it. You know what I'm saying? This would make an excellent sandwich. Look at that one. Oh boy. I don't want to smack my lips. I've been taken to task for that. That tastes so good. Hey babies, thank you for watching. I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine, Pivy from the Pivy Project. She and Booger did a collaboration today. That was off the hook. It was funny as hell. Rock on, Pivy. Pivy's got 200 videos and she needs some more subscribers. Go check out Pivy, and as always, subscribe to me. Go in the description, get yourself a Kuma knife, get yourself some Jason Ganal's rub and some of that Elrabbits barbecue sauce. Make some of these burnt ends. You won't regret it. It's delicious. Takes a little bit of work. It's well worth it. Okay, babies. We'll see you next week. We may not cook anything good, but I'll bet you we drink a beer, and this beer is awesome. Surly Brewing Company. It's kind of a hazy IPA. Delicious. Todd the Axeman. Okay, baby. See you next week. Bye.